Yes, LeBron James is the GOAT of the NBA, and no old heads can tell me differently. My opinion is my opinion, and it's going to stay that way until Jesus Christ himself comes down to earth and tells me Michael Jordan's a better basketball player. So I made a video about 5 days ago talking about how Caleb Wilson could possibly be the next Michael Jordan, and I kind of made that video as a joke, saying they had the both similarities, like they both like baseball, they both went to North Carolina, they both went to the Bulls, and I made a comment in that video saying Caleb Wilson could never live up to the greatest legacy in basketball, which I was referring to Michael Jordan, and then I said besides LeBron James, stating that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. And you guys took that comment really seriously. Over 40 comments saying this kid has no ball knowledge. LeBron's overrated. MJ's the GOAT, arguably. And I kind of want to tell you guys my side of the story, why I think LeBron James is the greatest player ever. So let's jump right into it. So I kind of want to read over the comments and give you my thoughts. And some of them were pretty crazy. So this first guy said, Burgess ruined his whole video by saying besides LeBron. What a dummy. First of all, you could have worded that differently. But yes, I think LeBron's a better player all time than Michael Jordan. I'm just thinking of my experience. I saw LeBron James dominate as a kid. I've seen him dominate even as like a teenager now. All of his crazy dunks, plays, game winners, playoff runs. It's just crazy to see how long he's been so good. I don't think there's ever been a year where I've been born where he hasn't done anything in the playoffs. Like he's always doing something in the playoffs. He's always getting his team to the finals, always getting his team in a deep run. And I remember, I think I was 8 years old. The Cavaliers were facing the Celtics. It was after Kyrie Irving left the Cavs, and he kind of had Kevin Love and all those guys. And it was Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics. The Cavaliers are up by like 10, I think, with like 5 minutes left. And I'll put the clip up here if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. But LeBron James gets pulled back by his shoulders, gets a goaltend and one, and it still goes in. The strength and eye coordination you need to make that is absolutely nuts. So that's just an experience that I've watched where I've seen this guy is the greatest to ever do it. The things he does is crazy, and that was one of them. This next guy said, only a kid who never got to see MJ do his thing nightly would say LeBron is better. Those of us who watched him both know it's not even close. Jordan is the greatest, period. Yeah, I wasn't born in the 80s, so I didn't get to watch Michael Jordan play. I was kind of born in the LeBron era. I've seen him dominate my whole life. But I've watched film, I've watched the highlight videos, and from what I've seen, LeBron James looks like a much better athlete, in my opinion. Yes, Michael Jordan has the hang time, he has the finishing around the rim, but pure dominance, pure strength, shooting, finishing, dunking, it all goes to LeBron James. Even at 42 years old, he's still catching lobs from his son, his own son, in the playoffs. The thing that he made is throwing him lobs in a playoff game. And his dunks right now still look more powerful than what Michael Jordan had in his prime. So, from pure athleticism, I think LeBron James takes that. Okay, so this next guy said Michael Jordan was Jordan overnight. He just didn't have a team around him. I made a comment in my video saying it took time for Michael Jordan to develop. It took time for him to reach the finals. And what this guy is saying is that he had the talent, but he didn't have the team. Tell me why LeBron James took a team of bums in his third season to a finals. I think the best player on that team was Big Z. I think it was Big Z, yeah. And Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen in his first first 4 seasons and didn't reach one finals. Tell me why Michael Jordan with Scottie Pippen couldn't reach a finals, but a third-year LeBron could reach the finals with Big Z. Big Z ain't no Scottie Pippen. Let me tell you that. And I'm not saying Michael Jordan didn't play for better teams because LeBron has played for some really good teams in his career. The Lakers in 2020, that was a really stacked team. The Miami Heat super team, the team he had with Kyrie Irving. But what I'm saying is LeBron had to face more versatility. He had to face change. Michael Jordan had a system. He had the guys around him that he trusted, who he had chemistry with. He had the same guys year in, year out. Scotty, Dennis, all the guys. He played with every finals run. And that's why he was so dominant over that stretch, is because that team was so good. And Michael Jordan was just a part of it, and he was the best player on that team. But what I'm saying is Michael Jordan or LeBron James has had to play for a bummy Cavs team early in his career, take them to the finals, then join a super team with the Miami Heat, win a finals there, and then go back to the Cavs where they have a new rookie, Kyrie Irving, and they win a finals against a stacked Warriors. And then Kyrie Irving leaves to go to the Boston Celtics. And then LeBron James wins another finals against a super team in the Warriors with no help. And then they had to go to the Lakers and win a championship there. So he had to face different teams. He had to face change. And even from when he was a third year player all the way to when he was a 15-year player, he was still dominating and was still the best player on that finals team. Michael Jordan had one of the best decade runs. 10 years, 20 years. Big difference. I know that point is kind of weird and I didn't word that the best, but just hear me out. But if you're a Michael Jordan fan watching this video right now, I'm not trying to convince you that LeBron's the GOAT. I'm just telling you my opinion why I think he's the GOAT. So don't get offended at all. This is just all opinion based. Everybody has their own opinion. LeBron's just a player who I grew up watching. And let's get to the next comment. This guy said, besides LeBron James, lol, LeBron's career is full of disappointments and manufactured hype. Most overrated player ever. I don't think you're overrated if you have outlast your draft class in the multiple draft classes ahead of you. I think there was a weird stat where it was like he was playing against Jabari Smith Jr. in the playoffs this season against the Rockets, or maybe it was like at the beginning of the season. But he told him, "You played against my dad your first game." LeBron James is playing against kids' sons. The players he played in his rookie year, he is now playing their sons. That is crazy. He has played a player born in 1968 and 2005. That is crazy. Most of the players that are superstars right now were not even out of diapers when LeBron James was drafted. LeBron James is unk. I don't know how he's overrated, but if you've been in the league for that long, you're doing something right. This guy said there are far other greater players and better than LeBron, and those players are still below MJ. So you're telling me Kareem is better, Will is better, Bill Russell's better, Steph Curry's better, Shaq is better? Um, no, they're not. I think most people would say LeBron is either the second or best player in NBA history. I don't think there's an argument where Kobe's better than him. If there was a limit to how far I would put him down, it's two. There's no going down farther. There's no other player greater than LeBron James or Michael Jordan. Okay, so this is kind of a longer comment. This guy said, I spent so many years rooting against Jordan, rooting for anyone to beat them. The last thing on earth I ever expect to be doing is spending my over 50 years having to constantly praise Jordan's career, but it's necessary to push back on the manufactured, false GOAT narratives. I don't hate on LeBron. I find his career incredible, and his ability to keep his nose clean in the spotlight this long is phenomenal. That said, had he retired after the bubble, he'd have been the solid number two. The last couple of years have been a soap opera nonsense, flops, fake injuries. It's embarrassing. There's no way to save any GOAT's legacy from his last 5 seasons. Now, yet another free agency drama. He may not even be top five to me anymore when you take his whole career in its entirety. Damn, that's a long sentence. LeBron is not a crybaby. Don't say that. If you take his last 5 seasons into account, that honestly gives the argument that he's better than Jordan. His last 5 seasons have proven he's better than Jordan. His longevity, his dominance, even when he's 40 plus years old, is still crazy to me. There's free agency drama because teams still believe he's a good player. I think if he went to any team, they would be a contender. Besides, like the really crummy teams, like the Kings and the Pelicans. But if he went to like a team like the Nuggets, they would be a championship caliber team next year. Just saying. LeBron's not a bad player still. Teams still want him because they know he's good, and he is good. LeBron, without Luka Doncic in the playoffs, beat the Rockets single-handedly. Was throwing lobs to his son. I don't know why you think the last 5 years have made him worse. I think it's made him better. If I'm being honest, don't know what that comment was about. This guy said, "I challenge you to learn more about the older greats, especially since you have a channel." This is why I have a channel, because I have good ball knowledge, and I'm not glazing myself here. I'm just saying I have general knowledge over the past players, the future players, the players right now. But I know all the old greats. I know Elgin Baylor. I know Jerry West. I know Tiny Archibald. I know Nate Archibald. I know Dominique Wilkins, Charles Barkley, MJ. Literally every superstar you can name. But um, does this guy know about the older greats? I want to challenge you. I want you to learn about the older greats and tell me why you think MJ is better than LeBron. Make a video about why MJ is better, and then we can talk. But as of now, I know about the older greats. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about this one. This guy said LBJ is the second best go of losing NBA finals, only slightly behind Jerry West. Yes, Jerry West did lose a lot of finals, but LeBron made 10 finals. He made almost a decade of finals. I think that in itself is more impressive than winning 6 out of 6 finals you made. I mean, he's still 40%. That ain't bad shooting numbers as a three-point shooter. But yes, he has a losing record in the finals, and that's a case of having bad teams. And that's a case of playing really good teams in the finals. He's played some really good ones in his career. 2007, 2015, 2017. I don't know what to say about this one. I don't really have an argument about this. I just think making 10 finals appearances is really impressive, and it should not go understated. But there you have it. That's why I think LeBron James is the GOAT. I know I didn't have the best analysis. I didn't give out the best stats. I didn't fact check or research anything before I made this video. I kind of already used what I already had in my brain, what my opinion was. And if you want to look at some better analysis, go watch somebody else. Click off this video right now. But if you did like this video and you stayed all the way through, hit that like and subscribe button. Why would you not? But I'll see you guys in the next one. Pup, 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 pup.